And thank you for joining us for KBOI 2 News Midday. I'm Brian Moore, and let's get right to your top 11 stories at 11. An Eagle couple loses their home after it went up in flames last night. The two-alarm fire started just before 10 o'clock. When crews arrived on scene, flames were burning through the roof. Both of the residents of the home were able to get outside safely before that fire got too big. Fire officials say quick action was key to battling this blaze.
You know, fortunately, we did have a pretty quick response to the house, and we did have fire hydrants nearby, which made a huge difference in our crews being able to go inside and aggressively fight fire.
Firefighters say that house is likely a total loss, though, but there is a little bit of good news. Because the fire started in the attic, crews were able to rescue many of the couple's personal belongings from inside that home. Firefighters also laid down salvage tarps to help protect against water damage. No word yet on what caused that blaze. Ada County Sheriff's deputies are searching for a truck that took off following a crash in Kuna. It happened about 7:19 this morning at 10 Mile and Hubbard. Investigators say a truck tried to pass a tractor. An oncoming car slammed on its brakes. Now another car behind that car slammed into the first car. Deputies tell us the truck drove off. Nobody was injured. New details in the case of two men suspected in a stabbing at a nightclub in downtown Boise. Parley Ward and Philip Law have had their charges upgraded. They now face 2 counts of first-degree murder. Ward and Law are accused of stabbing 2 men outside the Torch Lounge. The suspects were each initially charged with 1 count of first-degree murder and 1 count of aggravated battery. Boise City leaders say downtown is thriving and has it all, except for housing. The City Council is looking at spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to create 1,000 downtown apartments by 2020. City leaders believe in order to keep the city growing, new housing has to come in. We'll have much more on this story in a few minutes. And last night, the City Council in Boise also approved a $300,000 deal to buy 40 acres in the foothills. That money is coming out of that 2001 levy that voters passed. That undeveloped land off Bogus Basin Road will give hikers and bikers easier access to a lot of trails, as well as more access to Stack Rock. It's tax season and criminals are taking advantage. Police say there's a massive scam right now where crooks are posing as IRS agents. They call you and claim you owe the IRS money and demand payment immediately. The IRS says if this happens to you, hang up right away. It is a scam. The trial of Boston bombing suspect Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is underway in Boston. The jury was seated on Tuesday. In opening statements, prosecutors expected to present graphic images and surveillance video from the 2013 bombings that killed 3 people and injured more than 260 others. The defense plans to depict Tsarnaev's slain brother as the mastermind. In a speech to Congress yesterday, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delivered a blistering indictment of U.S. negotiations with Iran over nuclear weapons. Netanyahu calls the deal a bad deal. No deal, he says, would be better.
It doesn't block Iran's path to the bomb. It paves Iran's path to the bomb.
President Obama did not attend the speech or even listen to it. Obama said Netanyahu offered no alternative negotiations. It's now legal to fire guns within the city limits in Caldwell as long as you're hunting birds. Caldwell's police chief tells us the new ordinance started with a bird owner. He was worried his commercial flock would contract a virus from all the wild birds.
Only the most dire of circumstances. That's not someone who just wants to fire some rounds or shoot some ducks or something like that.
Residents can apply to Caldwell Police for permission to shoot, but you'll have to provide safety plans and the type of weapon. The chief says business owners have to show a loss to their livelihood before they can pull the trigger. And there's a prescribed burn along the Boise Ridge near Bogus Basin. The goal is to burn open patches of ground under or near tree wells where the snow has already melted. Ignition is planned for an area about 400 acres in size. Now, it's below the main parking lot of Bogus and near the Nordic trails. The burn was scheduled actually for last week, but postponed due to weather. The burn is expected to go all week. Idaho Fish and Game is giving big game hunters a chance to get interactive with new hunting rules. The agency is hosting 2 online chat sessions to help explain new big game hunting regulations. Hunters can log on to a session. Now, the first one is just about a half-hour away, 11:30 this morning. If you miss it, you can do it at 6:30 tonight. For a link to the web chat address, just head to our website, kboi2.com, and click on News Links.